Hello, I'm Brika. I'm going to show you how I made buttonholes on my Edwardian blouse. First, I marked where I wanted the top of the buttons to sit. To determine the size of the buttonholes, I'd come up with my own method. I placed the button on the fabric and drew the top and bottom around. Then I connected these marks. Later I improved my method because I realized it's important to keep the pencil at an angle to get the size right. As you can see on this white fabric, if you slant the pencil inward, you'll get a buttonhole the size of your button, which you don't really want because it's a bit too small. However, if you slant the pencil outward away from the rim of the button, you'll get a slightly bigger buttonhole. It should be big enough to push your button through easily, but tight enough to keep it secure. After cutting the slit, I anchored the thread. I didn't make a knot, I just hid the end of the thread between the layers. For the first stitch, I poked the needle through the same place. I didn't pull it entirely through. Then I brought the thread under the end of the needle, then under the tip, and that's when I pulled the needle through. It can be a bit difficult to stop the thread from getting tangled, so I first pulled the thread away from the slit, and when I ended up with a small loop, I pulled the thread toward the slit. This way I created a very neat knot. I repeated these steps over and over again. The stitches don't need to sit tightly together, the knots make the buttonhole super secure. When I came to the end of the slit, I spread the stitches in a fan-like manner. Then I turned and did the rest of the buttonhole. They are not perfect, but I love them. I used to have a very strong feeling against buttonholes and buttons, but hand sewing them helped me appreciate their decorative value. These buttonholes adorn my 1908 blouse, which now only wants one more buttonhole and 2 more buttons, although it is a functional garment as it is. You'll often hear me talk about certain inhabitants of Prince Edward Island, especially 2 passionate ladies. This blouse is similar to the ones Anne Shirley wore in the 1987 production Anne of Green Gables, the sequel. If you'd like to see how I made it, please subscribe to my channel. Also, like this video, well, if you liked it. Bye now!